Hey cousins, Audio Monie here. Please do me a favor and smash that like button on your way in. Share this video and be sure to watch it all the way through. I would greatly appreciate it. I notice sometime on my videos, the cousins be leaving comments to things that I actually say in the video as if I miss saying it. So if you're a legit cousin, you rock with me, please be sure to watch this video all the way through. But cousins, let's talk about Joey Badass. Now, after 20v1ing it versus the West Coast, and I put that in air quotes, Joey Badass is back outside and ready to prove himself as the self-proclaimed King of New York. But before his new album, It's Lonely at the Top, drops in August, Joey went ahead and sat down with Bootleg Kev to talk his West Coast D-licking bar, his participation in the Red Bull cypher with Big Sean and Absoul, which basically led to him battling Daylyt, Vaughn, and a slew of other rappers after going MIA from when he dropped that song in January at the top of the year. He also talks about trademarking TDEast and if Kendrick Lamar actually reached out to him during all of this. And when it comes to the negative reception he received for saying there was too much West Coast dick licking, an homage, which was basically an homage to a throwback line by Jay-Z, Joey claims he didn't know it would ruffle the amount of feathers that it did to the degree in which it did. Let's check out this video from Joey on the Bootleg Kev podcast.
I didn't think that it was gonna ruffle feathers to the degree of which it ruffled feathers. You know, I was really more honed in on the fact that, you know what, maybe some people be confused, but I expected that if they did their research, then they would know, you know, what my ties to the West was, and be able to be like, okay, yeah,
You give people a lot of credit. People
nah, for sure, and I said it, you know, maybe that was
just to pause, maybe I don't know if this will be copyrighted or not, but let me just pause on that note right there. And cousins, I don't know. I'm calling cap on this because Joey, be serious. What did you think people would think with you coming out of nowhere, essentially, and saying there's too much West Coast dick licking going on? Why would you assume that people would say, oh no, he got history with TDE, he not dissing? Why would you think that outside of the obvious? Because again, it's a direct rip off from a line that Jay-Z said, but when Jay-Z said it, he was being disrespectful. So what made you think people wouldn't assume that you were also being disrespectful? Be for real, Joey. Be for real. But let's continue to listen to what else he had to say.
The misstep on my part was thinking that, you know, people wouldn't get offended by that, because truly I didn't think it would be to that degree. So I admit if that was a misstep, but just for me, from an attention standpoint, it was very playful, right?
I don't know what's playful about you saying people are sucking dick. That's not playful. Even in the act of actually sucking dick, I ain't down there playing. I'm down there sucking dick. So I don't know how you thought that action or you saying that would be playful. Nothing about that is playful. Joey, come on. But again, let's listen to the rest of what it is that he has to say and why he tried to get that off and how he feels about the entire situation.
But I think the main point was that my understanding is when it comes to the West Coast and my ties to the West Coast, we just talked about it. This is 10 years deep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if anybody been supporting and rocking with the West and what we just saw from the West, it's been Joey from day zero. You know what I mean? So a lot of the referring to the too much West Coast dick looking is all the new fucking bandwagoners. Where the fuck was y'all at? Cause I've been here.
So Joey is basically trying to get off is that essentially what he was saying is that he was actually calling out the fake bandwagon fans because he was there since day one. He's a day one West Coast supporter, I guess you can say. He's a day one TDE supporter. So that's what he's trying to get off. But again, truth be told, cousins, I'm just straight up calling cap. It sounds like a bunch of BS to me. It sounds like BS, and I would much respect it if Joey just stood on the fact that it was just a line that he wanted to get off. Like we saw him say in the Red Bull cypher, he was just shooting in the air for attention. Continue saying that. But don't get up here and tell Bootleg Kev and tell us that, oh, I didn't think people would take it as serious as they took it. I was being playful and I was just playing. That's kind of corny, and that just leans into the fact that people said you were just basically doing this shit for attention. But let's move on. So during the battle with the West, Joey made it clear he wanted to go toe to toe with Kendrick Lamar. At one point, Joey even said that Kendrick was scared to respond to him. We all know that's bullshit, but we all know that's bait, right? There was really no reason for Kendrick Lamar to respond to Joey and come outside. There was just no reason to, in comparison to there being a 10 plus year build up and a back and forth between Kendrick and Drake. This was not that. Drake and Kendrick had history of going back and forth with each other, not liking each other, taking shots at each other. So that battle had to happen. That was years in the making. Joey and Kendrick are not that. So again, I don't see the reason for Kendrick to even pay attention to Joey. Drake and Kendrick were bound to go heads up, whereas Joey is just basically looking for attention. And I'm on record before saying I see no issue in what Joey did or the things that he said, but this interview is making me look at him sideways. Like, and I now can understand why it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, because he's really not standing on the shit that he was doing. I don't get the I was playing. I don't know why people took offense to it. Like, again, it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. In some moments, it was like, okay, Joey, you doing the most. But in my opinion, if anyone understood what Joey was doing, it would be Kendrick Lamar. And according to Joey, Kendrick actually sent a direct message his way. But let's get into that part of the interview.
I saw that.
Which is interesting, you know?
Very interesting.
Any dialogue or anything between you and K-Dot during this entire...
Not direct, but Soul did tell me that, you know, he salute and you know, he loved what I was doing and all that. Soul told me that when he ran into Kendrick at the show, Dot told him to tell me that.
That's tough.
So yeah, you know, it's like I said, like, it's love, and it's always been love, and yeah, you know, we showing people that this is how it's done.
So Kendrick basically saluted him, showed him a little bit of love. Like I said, Kendrick is about pushing pens and competition. He is one of the leaders of who are working to put real rap back in the forefront, and battling is a core element. Even if he might be a friendly target, it's healthy. Kendrick respects the art form. He respects the sport, but that still doesn't mean Joey is a worthy opponent. Joey still needs to climb that Mortal Kombat ladder before he could even breathe at the Elohim. Sorry, Joey. It is what it is. You're not going to get the Kendrick Lamar battle. You're not going to get a back and forth. Maybe if Kendrick drops some new music, maybe he'll smack you upside the back of your head, but I think that's as far as it will ever go between Kendrick Lamar and Joey Badass. The same way it went after the Control verse, where Joey made his own response to the Control verse and Kendrick was just like, okay, cool. Okay, cool. So, cousins, let me know your thoughts on Joey's recent interview with Bootleg Kev. I will link the full interview in my description. But are you calling cap on him not knowing people would have the reaction that they did to him reusing Jay-Z's West Coast dick licking bar? Should Top Dog partner up with Joey on TDEast? I know I didn't really touch on this part in the video, but basically Joey claims Top Dog reached out to him and that there's nothing but love basically between Top Dog and the other guys of TDE. And do you respect Kendrick giving Joey his props? Please like this video, share this video, and I will catch y'all in my next one. Later.